before there was online dating, there was the personal ads in the back of magazines, and it was just as seedy as it sounds. In fact, it was considered an act of desperation. So I didn't know how I was supposed to feel when a bunch of co-workers surprised me with a birthday card that said they placed an ad for me in Philly magazine. And they included a copy of my personal ad, which started with the words, "Wicked city woman seeks." So I wasn't offended because everyone knew that I wasn't lucky trying to find love the traditional way. And that ad didn't work out. But a few years later, I placed an ad on Match.com, and I became lean and luscious. And I said I was seeking, my dream man was a Boy Scout with an edge. And then at the same time, I decided, what the hell, I'm just gonna sign up on eHarmony. 2 hours later, I was still completing that stupid long questionnaire, right? So how did it turn out this time? Well, after all those fancy algorithms and all my hard work filling out the questionnaire, eHarmony produced 2 potential soulmates. One was a guy who lived in Alaska, and the other one was my most recent ex-boyfriend. How does that happen? Then the men that I gravitated towards on Match tended to cut to the chase early. There was a handsome chemist who said he liked me, but he couldn't date me because his words, "I don't date smart women." Then there was the doctor who boasted that he had slept with every woman he met on Match on the first date. Well, not anymore. So about 1 week before my subscription was about to end, I came home from a party feeling extra wicked. I logged onto Match, I found mail from someone new, and I decided to rip his profile to shreds. I'm not proud of this. I wrote, "Oh, you say you're reading that book by your bedside. I think it's just a plant to lure women. You say you're not a social drinker. I think you're probably an alcoholic. It looks like you work for law enforcement, so you're probably not very creative. And by the way, you didn't include a photo in your profile, and I don't date ghosts. Goodbye." The next morning, I had a response. He said, "Please share your email. I can't post a photo because of my job. Give me a chance to explain." So against my better judgment, I shared my email. Almost immediately, I get a photo of 2 men sitting on a tailgate. One is a young hottie. The other is a middle-aged guy with a buzz haircut and big ears. He was not the young hottie. He included an email with a letter on parchment paper background with an animated butterfly on the top corner flapping its wings. And his writing style was bullet point, paragraph, bullet point, paragraph. And I realized this guy had cut and pasted all my snarky comments, and he was defending himself. And at the very end, he admits he's a federal officer, and he says, my job is with Legacy Immigration and Naturalization Service. Are you familiar with it?" At that point, I felt like I got sucker punched by the universe. I responded immediately and I said, "I am so sorry, amigo. I know the INS very well because of my job as an immigration lawyer. Adios." So you would think that was the end of things, but it wasn't, because he had my private email. He kept sending me instant messages wanting to meet. So finally, I decided I'm going to shut this down in person. And Big Ears and I have been married for 15 years, and the heavens did shine upon me because I snagged an Eagle Scout.